Hi, Taurus. Healing Grasshopper here to do your last week in July reading, the 24th to the 31st. Let's see what we got for you today. Okay, we're going to see if these are reversed in a moment. This is Five of Cups and the Queen of Swords are about you having some toxicity in your life or things that don't serve you that upset you, toxicity, things that, upset you, may make you feel bad about yourself, um, or things that you're kind of mourning over. Queen of Swords is about needing to get away from it and cut it out of your life. Okay, these are not reversed. So what the Queen of Swords is saying is that you need to stop paying attention to that and like kick away these turned over cups already and focus on your blessings over here. Because this Queen of Swords is very quick to remove things that don't serve her in her life. So we've got the Nine of Wands, which is in this reading, the word sick and tired is coming up. Like you are fed up, you are on your last straw, you're done, right? And, it's perfect that the Queen of Swords is facing this way. It's like she's gesturing to that. The Queen of Swords is like, you see, you're tired. Are you ready to cut this out of your life already? Is what she's saying. Are you done? So, and the other message that this card is telling us is that life is hard enough as it is without having things and people in your life that make it harder, because all of these wands behind him are all of his tasks that he has to deal with, and then he's resting on that one more thing, you know, like nobody needs that. Nobody needs to feel like this. A judgment. Yeah, for sure. Not reversed. So this is spirit awakening you to this. You're in this bad situation. It's like, and sometimes when we're in toxic situations, we don't necessarily recognize it for what it is in the moment. Like we don't see the forest for the trees. And then at some point we do realize, like, wait a minute, I don't need this shit. Like, what am I doing? You know? And this is what the judgment is. Like, this is the universe helping you realize, like, this situation is not for me. This is your focus card, the Empress. Oh my God, so perfect. The Empress is my card of exaltation. This is self-esteem at its highest. On top of this is the ultimate like dignity card. There's the word. This is like, don't forget who you are. An Empress is above all the bullshit that you're going through, right? Again, oh, wow. The Nine of Wands above the Ten of Wands just came out. Ten of Wands under the Nine of Wands, right? This is these are very similar energies of being, okay. So this is being fed up and sick and tired. And this is, you're almost there, like don't give up card. Fed up, don't give up. Don't forget who you are. You don't need this garbage. So, Taurus, you are an earth sign. Earth signs, also a few water signs, like Cancer. But earth signs, especially, are the tried and true signs, right? They will be in a relationship or even a situation like a job or whatever, where we, because I'm also an earth sign, I'm Capricorn sun, we will see things through to the bitter end. You know, we are not the type of people who, like frivolously walk away from things. We're not like fickle, like jumping all over the place. We commit to something, and if there's a problem, we do everything we can to try and deal with it to a fault, to the point where sometimes it's just like we're spinning our wheels and it's futile and we just refuse to give up. Especially you, Taurus, because you guys are very stubborn. So, right? So, when you're sometimes earth signs and so are Capricorns, sometimes we need to be reminded like, this isn't going to work, earth sign, let it go, you know? So, and that's what all of this is saying over here, or all of the cards pretty much are referring to this. Whoops, I have the deck upside down. Okay. Wonderful. The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is saying your blessings, you are moving into a time of blessings. Okay. So let's look at this line here of the focusing on toxicity, a wake up call from the universe to recognize the toxicity and move away from it. Then there's a reminder from the universe of what you need to move towards, which is what Taurus is all about, luxury and comfort. It's there for you. But it's like judgment is like focus because there are some things that you need to do to get here. And this is distracting you. This toxicity here. Five of Cups, Nine of Wands. And it's also why you feel like the Ten of Wands, like, oh, overburdened. Unburden yourself. The Tower. Okay, so this is the universe saying that if you don't cut out the toxicity, and the Judgment card is here too, if you don't cut out the toxicity and step back into your power, the Empress is talking about being in your power, then the universe is going to end it for you, right? Because we have the Judgment card here, a call from the universe, and then diagonally we have the Tower, which is an abrupt change beyond your control. So, Spirit's saying, end it now, or we'll do it for you. And it's always better for you to end it on your own because towers are unpleasant. right? So this can be the type of thing where, let's say you're friends with someone that you're starting to realize is not a friend. They're a frenemy, okay? And things are getting increasingly toxic and uncomfortable for you. Um, and your intuition is screaming out to you to do something about it, remove yourself from the situation, but you keep you persist in this relationship despite all of the calls out from your intuition, right? So then the next thing you know, I don't know, this frenemy does something detrimental to you. Like starts a rumor that hurts you in some way or causes something catastrophic in your business or I don't know, because they have access to your life, goes and, you know, cheats on you with your spouse behind your back, that kind of thing, like something, catastrophic and life altering type events that is going to be extremely unpleasant. So this is like quit while you're ahead because if you don't stop now, things are going to get worse. You don't want that, Taurus. Okay? Be kind to your future self and let go of this toxicity because I know that now that you are watching, you know what I'm talking about. You know what the toxicity is. And I'm here to tell you it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. So stop trying to make it better because it's not going to happen. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, not reverse. The Ace of Swords is clarity. So look at this diagonal line, right? The toxicity, your climbing back into your power here, and then clarity. As soon as you take your power back, you are going to be able to see everything clearly. But for as long as you're giving your power away, you're not going to be able to see the forest for the trees. The devil. Wow. I can't think of any more appropriate card to show up here in this position. The devil is saying that you have the power within you at your fingertips to eliminate this problem. You have all the power. The power is yours. Stop giving it away. So it's time for you to, you know what? I just heard a conversation that I was having yesterday with a friend of mine who unfortunately is not seeing the forest for the trees in their own situation and said to me, they have a person in their life who is kind of narcissistic and belittling and insulting and that kind of thing, and they're have decided to move away from this person, but they haven't climbed they haven't taken their power back and really cut them off. They kind of allow this person to come back into their life, like they call the person calls my friend and they pick up the phone, you know and I'm like, then don't block them. Don't pick up the phone. So this person, my friend, says to me, and I quote, I hope they don't contact me again. And I was like, what? What do you mean you hope? Do you want to be contacted or not? The power is in your hands. You see how they're giving the power away? I hope they don't contact me? What? So this really reminded me of that. Like you have the power to cut this off. So cut it off, right? Because otherwise, this tower, and the tower anyway would have the same, somewhat of the same message. But in my readings, this center um, column here is extremely important. The one in the center here is the most important. Okay. This talks about this is the Empress. This is your power, right? So the focus on this entire reading is your power that you need to take back. Let's see what this is. The Tower. Okay. This is double down on the Tower. This is a strong warning to end this toxicity. Okay. Three of Wands. I mean, Three of Swords. Okay, good. Three of Swords. Okay. So this situation that you're in is has already caused you or is going to cause you, yes, because it's next to the tower. Okay. This toxicity has the very strong possibility, probability, how about that, of causing you great harm. And I know you probably don't see it now. Right now, this kind of the situation that you're in right now is kind of like thorn in the side type thing. Like, oh, that person gets on my nerves. And it's become a very distracting thought, like a consuming thought, right? Like you wake up in the morning, you're thinking about it. You're going through your morning routine, you're thinking about it. You're driving to work or whatever, you're doing your daily tasks and you're thinking about it. It's starting to eat away at your life, right? But at the same time, it's like it's so much a part of your life that you don't really you haven't really digested the thought that this is invasive in your life and destructive. But here, Spirit is talking about this is going from the invasive stage to the destructive stage. Oh, good. I've got three. All three of these, right? Okay. Like this and this in the center. Reverse. Okay. So we've got the Eight of Swords here, which is I don't know how to get out of this, right? So now this is telling me that it's like you're hearing what I'm saying, and it's not really that much of a revelation to you. It's just kind of a validation of what you already know about this. Like you've been feeling like this is toxic and you feel like you might need to do something about this, but you're feeling like, what do I do about this? I don't know what to do about this. So this is indicating to me that this situation is more embedded in your life than I was really seeing before, right? Because if this is a frenemy or like a boyfriend girlfriend type thing, those situations are relatively easy to remove yourself from, right? You just say, I'm done with you, and then you're done. If you really are consistent with it and you're persistent and you've made up your mind, right? But there are other situations and relationships that you can be in life that it's not that simple, right? This can be with a parent or family member, even a child, someone that's really or a spouse, someone who is really, really deeply embedded in your life. So I have been in that type of situation as well. And Spirit's answer to that is it's still the same. That your decisions for yourself are your own, and you can't change anyone else's behavior. You can only change your own, right? It has become very apparent to you that it is not going to change. And there are many cards here that represent spirit telling you you're right, it's not going to change. You need to do something about it. So it's still the same, although it feels more painful to do something about it. It still needs to be done. It's kind of like pulling a tooth. You know the tooth needs to come out. The pulling of the tooth is painful, but you're going to be better for it in the end. So I have had very close people in my life that I decided was very toxic, like poisonous, to the point where I was getting physical symptoms from that they were upsetting me so much. So I had to make the decision to remove myself from this person. And so, look, I can't make this decision for you. You've really got to reach deep within and decide for yourself what you want in life for yourself, and especially what you don't want in your life. Sometimes we need to cut people out, no matter how close they are to us. And the other thing is that I mention quite often in my readings is that everyone is going through what in the metaphysical community we call the Great Ascension, where there are higher vibrational people and light workers who are ascending to higher dimensions. But there are some who are choosing to stay in the third dimension. Or a better way of saying that is everyone is on a different place on the rung of ascension. Some people are much lower than us on the ascension, right? We're higher on the rung in the ladder, closer to transitioning into other dimensions. Other people are deeper embedded in the lower dimensions. And the thing that you need to remind yourself is not everyone ascends at the same rate and in the same position, and not everyone is going to ascend and transition into another dimension in this lifetime, right? So we can only account for our own ascensions, and we cannot force anyone to come with us. Not everyone is coming with us, Taurus. So there are many occasions for many ascending people where they have the uncomfortable choice of leaving someone behind so they can continue on their own spiritual path towards ascension. And this is one of those times, Taurus. Four of Wands. Four of Wands is about a celebration after hard work, right? Because there are four wands here which represent action, but they are at rest with a garland attached to them, right? So this is work completed, time to celebrate and enjoy the product of our labors, right? So what Spirit is saying here is that yes, there's some difficult and painful work you're going to need to do. But once you finally decide to do it and complete it, you will be better for it. This is for the greater good. Okay, Taurus? Everything is going to be okay. You just need to do some work. All right, Taurus, I am looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comments section. I answer every single one, so if there's something that you want to talk about, I'll be right there to answer you. Okay? Um, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and beyond. So, it's a quick and free gesture that means the world to me. So I thank you in advance. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. Have a look at your sun. Well, I'm assuming you're already watching your sun, moon, rising, and north node signs. If you don't know what those are, you can calculate them at no cost to you. Just Google calculate my blank sign and it will calculate it for you. And then you come here and watch the corresponding videos. I also have my videos in tidy playlists. So if you look on my channel, click on playlist, you're going to see a whole playlist for your sign or other signs that you want to watch. I have timeless videos, pick a cards, public interest. It's all in tidy lists for you to binge. So I invite you to go watch those as well. Thank you for being here. Love, light, and many blessings to you.